We are back with the second edition of Wise Brew podcast sessions. And today we have Sarvesh with us, and as you know, I'm Luna this side, and we'll be having a chit chat with Sarvesh about photography. So, Sarvesh has been doing photography for quite some time right now, and he's pretty good at it. And he has his own Instagram page, and his page has been featured on number of other Instagram pages. So, yeah, that is one thing. So, I'll move over to Sarvesh. Hi, Sarvesh.
Yeah, hello Ritisha.
Yeah. So, can you please give a brief introduction about yourself?
Basically, I'm Sarve Sarda. So I stay in Pune. I studied chemical engineering from Mumbai UD City. So during my college year, so I started doing photography in my college year itself. So actually, I was doing it since 12th standard. So as a hobby, but officially, or maybe you can say as unofficially, as I'm a chemical engineer, I am not considering photography as my kind of, you can say, passion or kind of job. So I'm doing it as a hobby itself, and I started it doing since 2 years back as a professional photography. So I've been learning photography from YouTube, and no, and there were many mentors throughout my journey who helped me to grow. So that is how I started doing the photography itself.
That's really nice to know, Sarvesh. Um, Also, coming to the point, you said that you are an engineer. So, would you agree with the fact that engineers can actually do anything and everything that they put their minds to?
Yeah, actually, yes, you can say it, yes, because other than the technical or curriculum which we have in engineering, so we get spare time to focus on our hobbies itself. So we can go for it. Like during that year, during the engineering as well, we can shift from technical to non-technical. Like the many TED Talk speakers, or kind of they started pursuing their dreams during their engineering courses. So you can say that yeah, you can start pursuing your passion when you are in your engineering colleges, or when you are pursuing your engineering. So you get time to focus on your hobbies, the focus on what you want to do further in your life. So yeah, it is very helpful.
So, being an engineer actually gives us a lot of time to do other things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you say that you pursue photography as an hobby,
Yeah.
and pursuing photography as a hobby, it gives you a break from your 9 to 5 job and the life that you lead, and it's some sort of place, some it's a sort of thing that you enjoy doing.
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
So
that's really
what
nice.
happens?
Uh-huh.
What happens basically is, like, when you are in
Mhm.
9 to 5 job, you don't get any off time, or you don't get any time for yourself. And if so, basically, when you are in corporate, you have only 5 working days. But when you are working at a particular plant or somewhere, so you have to work for 6 days a week. And even if you have some projects in your hand, then you have to work for whole week without any break or without any leaves. So basically, uh, pursuing your hobby, or you should, so I will say that you should have something in your life that it will change your mind, or it will refresh your mind when you are going to start your 9 to 5 job on next Monday itself. So that is what it helps to get refresh your mind. And yeah, we are good to perform in our job as well. So as we are getting our mind fresh because of the hobbies which we are having. So mm, I would say ki, you shouldn't think like it is what I am doing, or I just only have to do a 9 to 5 job. So even you should focus on your hobbies as well.
Okay. So, what inspires you to click? Like you click photographs. So, what is your inspiration for clicking photographs?
Um, So initially when I started doing photography, so I used to travel or I used to roam around the nearby places like dams or maybe gardens or somewhere. So
Mhm.
initially when I was clicking the pictures, I used to click pictures of like flowers, which everyone does. So this was
Mhm.
my initial phase when I started doing photography. So I wasn't knowing much about how to compose or how to frame particular thing in that picture. So initially when I started doing it, so I had no idea. So I was just clicking the pictures randomly. So then when I started to interact with the people which are around me, so then I got to know that this thing should come in your picture or this will make your frame more beautiful. And basically the things, so kind of I'm person that I'm very social kind of person. So when I go out somewhere, I observe things, small things which are even very impactful in our day-to-day life as well. So I try to capture those moments which will help us to improve in our lives as well. And even the person whom I'm capturing, maybe he should be having kind of some issues or kind of something, you can say that he's having maybe his majburi kind of thing. So I don't know if you know about the official Humans of Bombay page or not, but they are
We know
kind
about
of
it.
doing a work. Yeah, so what they are doing is they are writing a stories of person on who are staying over the streets or who have been grown from the streets to a such a level that no one ever have imagined. So that is what inspires me that yeah, I should put those emotions in my picture. So everyone has their skills that someone can write a particular story about them and express the feelings which they are feeling about the society. So what I do is I don't know how to write the things, so I try to capture as much as emotions in my picture which will be portrayed in a very good way in front of other.
That's really nice. So basically, it's all about emotion. And personally, we at Vice Creator also feel that creativity is all about depicting your emotions.
Yes.
Yeah. So, another question. You said that you started from class 12 and you just started out of the blue because you liked photography and you thought that it would something like you wanted to click pictures and everything. So, do you feel that if you would have gotten proper mentorship, तो अभी आपकी standing photography में better होती than it is?
Yes, actually, because कि हमको पता है कि we should have a teacher in your life that he will guide you in a direction which will help us to grow. So when I was in college, I was roaming around to click a pictures, and then I got to interact with the photographer community which is having in the Mumbai. So what they were doing was they were conducting a photo walks and the interactive sessions where we get to learn so many basic things. Even they taught us how to operate a DSLR camera. And it is not that you should have a DSLR to click a picture. Even you, if you have a creativity, then you can click a picture over your phone itself. So you don't need to have a very expensive kind of camera or something like that. So you should just have a knowledge, basic knowledge of photography to grow and to create something very out of the box. So like yes, having a mentor is very good thing which always helps. And when I started to attend those photo walks, I got to interact with very known photographers of India, not only Mumbai, India, because when they were kind of arranging a photo walks, they used to call a popular photographers from the India as well. So who will guide us about the photography. So yes, if I could have got the mentorship in my earlier days, so I would have been grown up so well in my photography. But yeah, we can say that we cannot say ki yes, it is never too late to understand the things or to know the things or to learn the things. So when I got to interact with the very interested or very kind of people that who are mentored me, so yes, it was late but not that late that I didn't focus or I didn't do well in the photography. So yes, when I got to learn about those things, I started improving myself after the very next day, and yes, it helped me after that.
That's really inspiring to know, Sarvesh. So, as you very rightly said, it's never too late to start. Moving
Yes.
forward, we have a couple of pictures that you have clicked. It would be really nice if you could share with our audience the story behind those pictures. So, I'll be sharing my screen. We'll be going through the photographs, and you can share the story that those photographs have behind them, because, as we all know, a photograph speaks a thousand words. So, let's go through it. Yeah.
So yes, this is the photograph which I clicked at the Dhobi Ghat of Mumbai. So like I said, ki I love to capture the emotions. I love to capture the
Mhm.
feelings or expressions which people are facing in day-to-day life. So yes, this was my first capture when I went on the streets to click pictures. So when I was roaming around, so there is a place in Mumbai called as Dhobi Ghat around say Mahalakshmi area. So I went there early morning around 6 o'clock. And what people generally does in Mumbai is ki when many photographers come to capture in that particular area, they use then they start taking a kind of entry fees in that areas. So if you go very late or if you go around 7 8, so they will take charges around 500 something to just enter that area and click the pictures, as those areas are very popular. But yeah, it's not about money. But when I started doing it, so whenever you start doing something, you have to keep control on that as well. Like you cannot spend more money in that rather than learning. So I went there earlier at 6 a.m., around 6 a.m., and I was roaming around there. And where there I found that these two kids were taking bath in bathtub there. So that they have a kind of uh, place where they store the water for the washing of clothes. So they were having bath in that itself. So that is what I was looking at their faces. I was standing there for around 10-15 minutes, and they were just enjoying without even thinking that yeah, someone is clicking their pictures or kind of that. Because when someone is clicking a picture of person, so they try to get they try to be a very kind of, yeah, they give a fake smiles or kind of. So you don't get to click a candid picture itself which will express the emotions very perfectly. So I was standing there and watching them, and then I clicked the picture when they were not looking at me. So this is more important when you try to capture a emotion, that the picture should look more candid rather than telling someone to express or telling someone to react in that particular situation. So this is what I learned from them. And what was story behind was them is ki, even though they are living in such a place which is very horrible, like there are many areas where in Mumbai where they are not even developed. So even they are living in that area, so they are enjoying their life without worries. So they were enjoying that particular moment. So that is what the story behind that picture.
That's really cute. So we have another picture with us. Sarvesh, could you tell us a bit about this picture?
So the second picture is of, yeah, Lord Ganesha. So as I said, I started doing photography professionally just 2 years back. So it was a day of Ganpati Visarjan when I went out on Dada Chaupati and Girgaon Chaupati to click the pictures of Lord Ganesha. And it was the very first picture. If you go on my feed, so it is the very first picture on my feed, because on that day itself I started my official photography page on Instagram. So like I do believe in Lord Ganesha, because even my birthday is on the day of Lord Ganesha itself. So I believe in him, and that is where I got the inspiration that yeah, I should do something like this other than my technical or other than my engineering life as well, so which will keep me on going and going and going on track. So that is the day when I officially started my Instagram page. So yes, this picture is kind of pretty normal, but it is very close to my heart.
That's lovely to know. We also have this picture with us.
Yeah. So yeah, this picture I clicked on the streets of Manali. So as I said, I love to travel and capture the pictures. So when my engineering was over, I went to Manali on my solo trip. So I just packed my bag a day before and I boarded a train. And yeah, the journey was horrible because I just suddenly planned that trip and I didn't have any confirmed tickets. But anyways, I reached Manali. There I found a group of people who were uh, roaming around and I joined them. So yeah, when you go on such adventurous trips on solo, so you get to interact with many new people and you get to learn new things. So when we were roaming around there, so around a temple, the person, the man who you are seeing that picture, so he was sitting there and the poles of that temple were very well structured or very well carved that I wanted to take those poles as well in the frame. So I was waiting, and as it was a season of holidays, so many people were there, and I had to wait there for almost half an hour to just capture that picture of that particular person. So the whenever I tried to capture the photo, so many people were roaming around, as I said, so they were coming in the frame. So I had to wait till I get that perfect frame. And he wasn't knowing that I was clicking his picture. So when he looked me, so I was lucky that time, I would say, because when I clicked that picture, the very next second he saw me that I am clicking his picture and he stopped doing his work. So as you can see in the picture, he is doing kind of something, making diyas or something. So yes, so when he looked at me, he stopped doing that and he was looking at me for a minute, like what I'm doing, what I'm doing. So yes, as I initially said, you have to be very like sharp and creative when you have to go for the candid pictures. And yes, it was from my very first solo trip. And yes, that's it.
So you might add that patience is the key while photographing people, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's really nice. And actually, you were brave enough to go to a place like Manali on a solo trip, and that too, it was unplanned. Like people take a week or so to plan Manali trips. It's like something like of a ritual for college
Yeah,
students
actually
like
they
Goa.
do.
So that's really nice.
Yes.
Okay, so we have this pictures. Where is it from? Like it's very beautiful. To be very honest, it's very beautiful. Where did you click this picture?
Yeah, so even this picture I clicked during my Manali trip as well. So when I was there in Manali for 10 days, and out of those 10 days, I have to go for a trek of Briku Lake, which is around say 11,000 feet above the sea level. So yeah, we had two base camps during that trek, and I clicked this picture at the first base camp, which is around 9,000 feet above the sea level. So early morning when we started to go upwards to the Briku Lake, started climbing towards it, and during that way so if you Google it, so you will get to know that there is only single way to climb over that particular lake. So if you misbalance yourself, then you will directly go in the valley itself. So it is kind of very risky, and there was only single route, and the sunlight was so beautiful. The sunlight was coming so beautifully behind those trees. So I stopped there for an hour. Like my all the partners were already reach to the top, but I was staying there, and I told him that yeah, I'll join you in some time. And I was just standing there to see from where I can click that picture. So it was like the path, the even path which is going upward, so it even that should come in frame, and the sunlight which is coming beautifully, even that should come in the frame. So that is what I was trying to capture that time. And yeah, even that I clicked during my Manali trip as well. So basically, what I would say here is the sunlight is the very key element in photography. So when you get to know how to use light perfectly, then even the simple picture will impact very beautifully.
Yeah. So, Sarvesh, this is the next picture we have with us. Can you tell the story behind this picture? Like, what inspired you to click this picture?
So yes, so when I clicked this picture in the rainy season, the last monsoon, I just completed my engineering, and I was at my home just before joining of my job. And yeah, the whenever you are at home, you are just following the same routine, like eat, sleep, repeat itself. So all of a sudden, my friend called me that yeah, चल बाहर जाते हैं यार, बहुत बोर हो गया, बारिश में भीग रहे नहीं है कोई, तो kind of yeah, I love rainy season. So may my people or may my family is worried that, or they shout on me that why what are you doing? You are not a child anymore to go and dance in the rain. So that's fine. So I was just enjoying, and he all of a sudden called me and said, yeah, let's go out. So I went out with him, and yeah. Anyways, I have a habit that whenever I go out, I keep my camera with me itself. So I took my camera with me, and we just went to roam around the streets of Pune, and we were just going, and we went to the Panshet Dam there to click some pictures. And during that way, we found out railway track, so local railway track, and a woman you see in that picture was sitting over there. So I just thought, yeah, let's click a picture of her itself rather than. Anyways, it was rainy, so it will be helpful for me to click pictures in rainy season and to improve myself as well. So I started clicking her pictures, and suddenly she saw me and she started running away from me. So I wasn't knowing what she is doing. So I ran behind her and I asked her, I said, "Why are you running?" So she said, "No, don't click my pictures, and then only I'll sit here." So I said, "Okay, fine," and I left. So when I left from there, she again came back and sat on the tracks there itself, and I was hiding behind a tree. So I was just looking for a moment when she will open her umbrella and I won't be visible to her. So the very next moment she opened her umbrella, I wasn't visible to her, and I just clicked that picture during a very short time, like almost you can say that hardly 1 or 2 minutes. So I had to, before that, I had to think in my mind that yeah, I have to keep the frame in that way itself, so which will look good. So yes, so whenever I was trying to click some pictures, you have to be prepared that you have to think about the frames you want to click and the elements which will impact your picture. So yeah, I would say that the element is the very key feature in your picture. So if you see in that picture, if the umbrella wasn't there, so even that picture could have been beautiful, but the umbrella is what is impacting the picture. This is because it shows that yeah, the woman is sitting and the season is of rain. So that is what I mean by element. So even you should add some elements in your picture which will show or which will portray it beautifully.
It looks like you have very interesting stories behind your photographs. Most of them are quite adventurous, where you had to
Yeah.
dodge people because they started running away from you, or they started stopped doing their job because you were clicking pictures.
Yes.
That's very nice. What about this picture? Of course, you were at Mumbai. You have to. Do I see C-Link background में in this picture? C-Link, right?
Yes, it is ceiling only. So basically, when I had nothing to do in my life, I just go to the beaches or any area where I can see the sunset or sunrise openly. So I'm kind of person who loves to watch sunrise and sunset. So whenever I had free time, so as you can see, the ceiling or the Dada Chowpat is very near from my college place itself. So even when I was in final year, I used to go at Dada Chowpatty 5 days a week. So I had nothing to do after my college hours, and I used to go there and watch the sunset. So kind of this is you can say that sunset sunrise is very close to my heart. Like I can wake up around 3 4 o'clock. So I did such so many adventurous things to just see the sunrise. So yes, this picture I click at the Dada Chowpatty, and there is ceiling behind, as you said. So yeah, it is just a normal sunset kind of picture, but I was trying to capture the ceiling frame in that picture as well. So it will the sunset will look very different, or it will the ceiling will add impact on that sunset. So rather than just clicking the picture of sun, so I and even in that picture you I can say that key yeah, so you can even normally click the picture at your eye level as well, but I when you keep at that eye level, you the impact of the picture is not that much when you keep it on the ground level itself. So I kept my camera there in the sand, and then I remotely handled it with my phone to capture that picture. So yeah, there is a app, so you can operate your camera as well on using your phone as well. So yes, I kept that in the sand, and the very next day I have had to give my camera for cleaning because my lenses were uh, very dirty. So the sand was sticking to them, and I had to give. So that was very horrible day. Like yeah, I never did it before. So I just wanted to capture a very good sunset, and I literally kept my camera in the sand. So even the water waves were coming, and yeah, that's it. So I'm kind of you will get to know that how crazy I am about the picture. So I can even I have thrown my phone it as well in the sea to just capture the waves which are coming. So I have so many such interesting or kind of adventurous stories.
That's amazing. So you actually put people love their phone these days, and you put your phone in jeopardy.
Yeah, actually I did it twice.
Okay, and trust me, looking at this picture during Corona lockdown, I'm just missing beaches more than anything else.
Yeah, even I do. As I'm a Goa job person, so I miss them so much.
Oh dear. अरे दर्द कोई नहीं what about this picture, like even this is one of the picture that I all of the pictures that we went through recently of yours, I actually love them a lot. Like personally, even I like them a lot. They have raw emotions in them, and that's really beautiful. So what about this picture, Sarvesh?
So yeah, this picture I clicked at a wedding, as you can see. So basically, one of my colleague during the college, she was having her marriage in Nashik. So all of I had to travel from Goa to Nashik for her wedding, and it was like all of a sudden. So it wasn't planned or kind of something. So she just asked me that, "Will you do photography in my wedding?" So she was knowing that I love to capture pictures. So she all of a sudden she asked me that, "Will you do that?" So I said, "I'm not a professional, but I can try my best to click a good picture which will even you will love it." So yeah, it was not planned or kind of as a professional job same. So as a friend I went there, and not as a photographer, but I went there as a friend, and I tried my best to capture the emotions which were going around all through the wedding. And yeah, so this is from the Mehndi Ka Rasam, so what we say. So that is what. So I tried my best to capture her wedding, and yeah, she loved my work. And this is one of the picture which I personally love from my wedding album. So the frame and the background and the color, so everything in this picture is very beautifully placed. And yeah, so even the post processing is important in photography. So here I had to add some grain. So what basically is, whenever you click a picture, so you can see a kind of grains when you zoom in that picture. So if the picture is of low quality, you see the grains. So but when you are doing a post processing, there is a concept that yeah, we personally add grains in that picture during the post processing. So this will impact a picture, or this will portray a picture in beautiful way. So that's it. So more of the people don't like to add grains, but in some cases the grains are even very beautifully placed in the picture such a way that the picture looks very impactful.
Oh, that's lovely. So, like anything else, it's just not about clicking pictures, it's about pre-processing and post-processing also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last picture that we have, Sarvesh, and this is really nice the way you have captured the sunset and the couple and everything. This looks really, really nice. So, can you tell us the mesmerizing story behind this?
Yeah, so as I said just now that even the post processing is important in photography. So basically, this picture is not a single. So it is not a single capture. So I captured two different pictures and manipulated them. So basically, what I did was I went to beach on a Sunday, where and as I work in Goa, so there are many tourists who are roaming around the beaches. So I was just trying to capture the sunset in a different way. So and kind of this week was kind of Valentine. So I thought, yeah, just I'll try something different in that sunset. So I thought, yeah, I can take a ring with me kind of, and I can capture the sunset in that beautiful ring way. So yeah, I was just capturing a normal sunset, and all of a sudden one couple came and they asked me to click their picture. So they were having their own DSLR. So yeah, so that suddenly something clicked in my mind, and I told them, yeah, can you just stand there itself, so I can click your picture, and it will help me to add in my current sunset picture as well. So firstly I told them to stand in the frame itself of my sunset, the ring which you see. So I tried, like I captured around 100 shots, but it wasn't coming perfect. So then I told them, just stand outside the frame, I'll click your normal picture, and then I'll add it in during the post processing. So kind of it was all of a sudden that I had that idea, yeah, we can go for it, and I can do it during the post processing. So even yeah, so the same kind of picture I tried to capture during a pre-wedding shoot which I did. So you can check out the pictures on my page. So but that time there were so much crowd that I wasn't able to get that particular picture. So yeah, so that time I got this opportunity to click the picture which I had planned 2 months back. And yeah, so I was just capturing a normal sunset, and yeah, I just clicked the picture, normal picture of that couple. And yeah, just during the post processing I merged those pictures to, and you can see the outcome of that.
Yeah. So that's really lovely, Sarvesh. Every photograph that you have clicked has a story behind it, and some of them are adventurous too. At some places, you have
Yeah.
just. So, have you always been the adventurous kind in life? Will you say that you being adventurous was one thing that led you to photography as as a hobby?
Yeah, so uh, even though it is my hobby, I so just for a sake of understanding, like I have my plan, so just not to involve much in that photography as a professional. So that's why I tell myself every time that yeah, I'm just doing for a hobby, and I'll continue doing it my lifetime. So but whenever I go to capture picture, or whenever I go out somewhere, so I have in my mind that yeah, there is a scope that I can move from technical to non-technical. So that is where the photography stands. So as you said, yeah, I have many adventurous stories, and I told few of them during the conversation. So what I think before go out is कि या एक ही तो लाइफ है यार, अच्छे से जी लेंगे. ऐसे भी कुछ है, जो पढ़ना था वो तो पढ़ लिया. अभी जो लाइफ जीना है इसके आगे, that should be something in such a way that yeah, even we should tell our children the stories of how we lived our life. So rather than sitting or rather than wasting our time, so I love to travel, I love to do adventurous things. And yeah, I'm crazy about those things. Like you, like I said, yeah, I had thrown my phone twice in phone to just click a picture, or I kept my DSLR in sand, kind of such thing. So maybe a Manali solo trip all of a sudden. So yeah, those kind of things get me on my track, or they leads me to keep going and learning new things every day. So there are two, yes, there are two sides. That one is, it is a crazy part, and yeah, I get to learn so many things from them. So not only so yeah, some people may say it like yeah, it is crazy or something like that, but the books or the colleges don't teach you the way of life, how to live. So you have to find it on your own, and that is what I found itself.
So, Sarvesh, as you very well said, that there is more to life than just 9 to 5 jobs, studies, and everything. You have to live your life at a point. So, we at Vice Creator are trying to make a community of creators. So, what we are trying to do is that anyone and everyone who has a hobby or a creativity that they want to pursue, regardless of their age, we are trying to provide them mentorship and a community where they can talk about their hobbies, where they can talk about what they like and how they can approach it. Like as you yourself said, that if you would have had someone to talk to about the types of frames to choose, about the different kinds of elements that are necessary in a photograph, your life would have been a little bit more easier than it was in your initial days. So we are just trying to build a community at Vice Creator. So what are your thoughts about it?
So yes, as I said, there has to be a teacher who will get you on the track, or who will show you right direction. So yes, I would say it will help many like me who want to pursue something, or who want to go behind their hobbies, and want to turn differently, like they want to, who want to turn from technical to non-technical, or want to pursue their hobby. So yeah, it will help such kind of people a lot. And this is what actually the entrepreneurs, or kind of say those who are speakers, so they have to uh, keep on telling the people, or keep on like what you say, they should hamper them every day that yeah, you can do it, you can do it. So that is where it's something lagging in our society, that we don't force the people, or we don't see the opportunities of what we are going to pursue, or kind of. So what we try to do is we just go for the 9 to 5 jobs, rather than going for our hobbies, or we let our hobbies aside because of job. So hobbies are those part of life which will keep you on track every day, so which will help you to be, or to be in your track, or to be very creative, or say cheerful in your life every day. So this is one part not only you, also everyone should have in their life, that because it will help us to grow not only in our professional life as well, but even in our personal life as well.
Great. So also Anvesha asked is keen to know that what was that one thing that you knew when you started taking photos.
So I would say ki, I haven't clicked any pro photo yet. Like there is a very huge scope for me to improve, but Yes, so one of my favorite picture is, as I said, it was from Manali itself, and one is from the night trek of Kalsubai. So it was a way. So there is a kind of you can say category in photography, that the Milky Way photography, where we capture the night stars and the sky. So yes, that was the very difficult task for me, and it helped me to learn many things and many basic concepts or settings in the photography. So that was a kind of important category, that very important picture in my life, that it helped me to learn very much new things which helped me to improve. So basically what was that key in Milky Way, what you have to even go for the geological or geographical conditions as well, you have to look for them as well. So until unless you know the geographical conditions, weather forecast or kind of anything, so you cannot go for that. So yeah, so kind of this was the this was the thing which helped me, and yeah, I learned so many pro things in that. So this helped me to improve myself.
That's really lovely to know, Sarvesh. So with this, we approach towards the very end of our session.
Yeah.
And would you like to share a couple of words with our fellow creative people that we have with us?
uh, yeah, sure. So like I said, there is no time to start. So those whoever are thinking that या फैमिली वाले क्या बोलेंगे या फिर आगे इसके बारे में क्या होगा, if we rather than thinking about आगे क्या होगा, if we focus on what we want to do today, so it will be very much like useful and very much clear in our mind that yeah, we will go in this direction, will go in that direction itself. So अभी ऐसा होता है कि like we try to tend to think in the future that आगे क्या होगा, मैं कुछ कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Until unless you start doing the things, you won't get to know that how much you are good in that thing. So yes, so those whoever have, so not only those, so I would say ki everyone should have a thing in their life who will keep them going and going and going. So yeah, not only photography, say, so anything you love to do, just keep doing it, and this will seriously help you in your life. So whenever I see my past and present condition, so I see myself improved in a very positive way, that it helps me in my 9 to 5 job as well. So it is not that it is not going to help you or it is just a waste of time or kind of something. So yes, until unless you start doing it, you won't realize what you are getting from those things. So you don't think about yeah abhi kya hoga kaise hoga, don't think about it, just let it go and just start it. That is how I started doing it, and that is how I'm doing it now, and I'll go. But this is what is not like say going to apart from your life. So even though you will be having a busy schedules or kind of hectic job days, those things will be always there, who will like refresh your mind and who will keep you on track. So yes, just go ahead rather than thinking about how to do, why to do, what will I get from that. Just go for it, and you definitely you will get something very differently or something very new when you will start doing it. So even you will learn to understand, you will learn to like say you will learn to understand yourself, like what things you like or what you can do in that. Because many what happens in here was what happens, like generally people don't know about their abilities, so they just like it, they just do it for say kind of time pass or something. So until unless you completely involved in that particular thing, you won't get to know your capabilities and you will won't get to know yourself always. So I would say just keep on doing the things which you like to do, because those are the things which will lead you to live your life, not the technical things which will help you. So there is no book who will teach you to how to live your life. So those are the things which will teach you to live your life.
So that's it. Thank you, Sarvesh. So as it was very clear, loud and clear message that Sarvesh gave us all today, that you need to live your life, and to live your life, you need to be creative in your aspects. So that was Sarvesh with me, Luna. And that's it. That's a wrap, guys. I hope you enjoyed our talk with Sarvesh. And with this, we come to the end of the podcast. And you can check out the photos that Sarvesh has. His Instagram ID is dumpshutterbug. And you can even go, we'll provide the link to it in the description box below. You can have a look at it. So thank you, Sarvesh. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Ishita. It was nice talking to you.